Now then, and welcome back to another episode of Football Manager 17, my Wolves playthrough. We've had a couple of matches, one against Burton and one against Barnsley, the two Bs in the league, down there in 10th place and currently 20th place. Wasn't really much of a struggle, wasn't really much of a match. Managed to get I think it was a 2-0 and a 2-1. Let me just quickly show you here. Yeah, a 2-1 against Burton and a 2-0 against Barnsley. The last episode, was a 2-1 against Huddersfield. So we haven't had many clean sheets in the league, but we are winning the matches in the league, all except for the Birmingham City game, which we got 3-3. Today, we're against Newcastle. And then we're against Tottenham as well. So we've got a weekend of action. I would like to win both of these games. Well, I'd like to win every single game, but I would really like to win these two games in particular, as in the competition, the championship, we're against Newcastle for the top spot. We're currently played 7, won 6, drawn 1, lost none. There's 19 points each, and the goal difference is all that separates us. And so today's match is going to be a very important title challenge race. Whereas the Brentford one after the weekend, we've got Tottenham on Tuesday and then Brentford a little later on. Tottenham third round, we're supposed to meet expectations to reach the third round. And we've reached the third round, but I would like to challenge Tottenham. Even though Tottenham are a good Premier team right now, I would like to challenge them. I'd like to challenge them in the Cup, because they'll probably put a weaker team out, so I'd rather put a good team out. I do need a rotation, though, because I've got a lot of good players in my tactic currently. I'm playing Joe Mason at the moment, who scored 6 goals for us so far, but has a low form overall. And then there's Bodvarsson, who is on higher form, has only scored 3 goals so far, less games. And I'm trying to get Dicko into the matches. He's got currently only 61% match sharpness, so I need to give him a little run at half time or something. So I'm decided Joe Mason for now, and then Bodvarsson can go in the cup game, and we'll see if we can mix it up that way. Everybody's looking good, it's looking fine. The tactic is still the Grey Wolf. It's been working for me so well at the moment. The familiarity is going up, everyone's accomplished or competent, and I think that's it. Let's just get on with the game. So, today's match, first of 2 potentially, is against Newcastle for the top slot in the league right now. I said previously that I didn't really want to win the league. So if we lose this game, I've made my excuses already. I'm not too worried. I don't think I'm going to change any of this team. I think I'm happy with this. It's the substitutes. The substitutes here, I think I will be changing around in the next match. I'm bringing on Matt Doherty so that he's a defensive fullback to swap out with the attacking fullback when we've scored a goal. I was also thinking about bringing on another fullback when we need to defend. Courtney can do left back as well, so we can bring him as a defensive left back. Just to focus on defence, that's what the formation is there for. Quick attack and then defence. Newcastle are a very attacking team, so I'm expecting this to be pretty tough going. They are 3 goals ahead of us, and that's the only standout thing. They've scored more goals than us, and they're using a very similar formation as well, except they've got the attacking centre midfield, and we've got the defensive midfielder. Well, showing Matt Ritchie onto his weaker side that's a good idea. Yeah, Matt Ritchie. I actually know a bit about a few of these players in the team, including the same here for Gale. We're going to be closing Gale down and tackling Gale hard. And it doesn't look like anyone else to worry about. Matt Ritchie, we're going to close him down fast and tackle him hard as well. Because they're pretty important players. I think we'll just make sure the striker's always on the same instructions. But if Gale comes on, he's going to get knocked down as well. Maybe Jesus. Maybe. It doesn't look like he's played much or scored much, so we'll leave him off for now. We can adapt as the game goes. I don't want to be too repetitive here with these, so I'm going to try and mix it up with the comments a little bit. I'm going to calmly say, I have faith in you to make a difference. passionately say, or reluctantly say, assertively say, expecting you to take control, and calmly, I have faith in you to make a difference, or I want to see a good performance out of you tonight. Something like that. I want to keep mixing it up a little bit so they don't get repetitive and stale. Now we are playing with the 2D Classic. We can see all the stats on the screen. We can see their formation changes and things like that. And then we've got this for the speed up. We're going to be watching the goals from the behind the goal. Oh, ooh, that was close. I think the playback speed is a little bit slow for my liking. Let's give the highlights a little bit more speed. And we can find out how this is going on. We've got the ball again. This is good. Sass. Borthwick Jackson down the side. Cody playing it back to Sass. Sass to Prince. Prince loses the ball but gets fouled. So we get a free kick. Quite a dangerous free kick. Colback gets a red card. 13 minutes in and they're down to 10 men. Now that is good. I like. Encourage shorter passing. Yeah. That's what he's saying. We've got the best possession at the minute, and we've got potentially the best passing in the league right now as well. So I'm quite pleased with how they've been holding up. But now they're down to 10 men. We really should be breaking them down and scoring some goals. They're going to make some solid changes, no doubt, at half-time. But it has put them on the back foot being on 10 men. So we've got a chance here. Joe Mason has not been performing very well at all. He's not given us any signs of anything, really. So he's going to get swapped out, and Dicko's going to get his first half of the season, first 45 minutes of the season, to get warmed up. I don't believe I need to make any defensive changes or anything like that. When there's somebody struggling like Sass, I will swap him over with Poyet. He can swap over a little bit later in halftime. But for now, I want to get out there and get on with it. So I'm going to tell them... keep going out there. You can still win. Come on. Keep going out there. You can still win. Right, from control, I'm actually going to move it up to an attacking structure as well. Try and get some attack on the go. Because we should be scoring some goals now. They're down to 10 men. We're outnumbering them. We should be... We've got the best possession. We've had more corners. But they've had an equal amount of shots on goal, which is not so good. They've had all the cards and everything at the minute as well. It's still coming at us, though. Nice interception there, though. Cross it in. Dicko scores. That is it. Beautiful first goal. He's only been on 10 minutes. Well, maybe 20 minutes. But that's an awesome, awesome goal. Ah, let's see it in the actual 3D. I'm pleased. Very, very pleased. They went down to 10 men really early, and I thought we couldn't do anything about it. There was nothing happening in the first half. And now we have got that first goal, and it's a sigh of relief time. They've taken one of their attackers off. They've still got the same amount of defence, but they're attacking less. And what a cross. And he cuts in just right, and it comes off the keeper's hand. The keeper does manage to get a hand to it, but of course he was the wrong side of the ball for making a difference there. Dwight Gale has come on now. Good job, we've already got his number. We've already got him set up and sorted. He's got to the 70 minutes mark. 75 minutes. I'm going to change things around now. I'm going to bring Poyet on instead of Sass. And I should really be changing Cody out. But he's looking motivated and he's getting on with it. Whereas Calavario is only on a 6.4. So I'm going to bring my super hot new player McKay in on there instead. And see if he can be a super sub for me. That's all my subs done. And their formation is still heavy on the one side. Prince takes a shot. Dicko was offside. How was Dicko offside there? Come on. Keeper saved the shot. Cody's got the ball. Back to John. John just knocks it out. We're keeping it in. The keeper's just knocking it around all over the place, but we're keeping it in. I'll take a 1-0. That was a nice, simple 1-0 game. We got player of the match. Dominic got player of the match with his assist and an 8.1 rating. They're still developing. They're still getting better. Special one, lads. Thank you very much. Come back next week with the same attitude, some of you. That puts us to the top of the table with 22 points, and Newcastle on 19 basically denied them 3 points. The chances are Newcastle are going to win every game that they have now, so that gives a little buffer in front of them, and we're quite far ahead from the rest of the pack. So we may set our sights on winning this season, but it is still early games. We still only played the first 8 games. We shall see, we shall see. The next game is going to be Tottenham in just a couple of days, so we'll get on to that next. Okay, so against Tottenham, I'm going to do a little rotation. I'm putting my subs on for the first start, and I've also brought a couple of guys on from the reserves, as it were. It's not really the reserves as such. It's Severo. He's just been injured for a little while, so he's got some match sharpness to pick up. But we've got Borthwick Jackson ready to come on as soon as he's feeling unfit, just to get him started again. And we've got the fullback who was in great form last match, Dominic. But we've also got Matt Doherty, who can come on as his replacement as a defensive fullback again in case we win the first early goal. We've got McKay starting, and we've got Bodvarsson starting, but we've got Dicko and Cavalerio sitting back on the bench, waiting to jump on and become super subs at half time. Severo's lacking match fitness. That's why I'm putting him on the match. Thank you very much, advisors. Okay, so significant talking point: the absence of Calavello. Why is he not playing today? He's just being rested. There's nothing more than that. That's it. What's their team looking like? They've got no Kane, no Dele Alli. They've got a Carroll. It looks like they're putting out a secondary team. To be fair, looks like they're giving quite a few people the day off as well. Which is good for me, which is very good for me. I believe Dele Alli is actually injured in this at the minute. They are standing in 5th place in the Premier at the moment. So I think I'll trust the opposition instructions from the old boy Lindemann. And we are going to go in with a cautious. Good luck out there, you're going to need it. Fire them up. Yeah, that's not firing them up really, is it? Good luck out there, you're going to need it. Let's see what they can do. Let's see if the boys can bring back a victory. And I'm really not worried if we don't win this. If we get knocked out the cup at this stage, it just is one less game that we have to worry about playing. Oh, did you see that for a free kick? That was close. It's just one less game that we need to worry about playing each week if we're not in the cup game. In all fairness, I doubt we're going to win the cup. But getting through to another stage would be nice. Another stage in it would be nice. Beating Tottenham, though, that's going to be a tough order. Even though it may be the Tottenham reserves that we're dealing with here, we're going to have to be very sharp on the defence there, boys. I'm going to have to give them a little team talk. Concentrate for after this. Concentrate. Make sure you clearing that ball. They're winning it back in the right places and clearing it up. That's good. That's good to see. Playing well. We are slightly ahead in the possession front. Slightly ahead in possession. Makes me feel a lot better when they're good in possession and we're keeping lots of passes. We've got a 77% completion rate at the minute. Not the best that we've had all season, but not too bad. And that was a straight through on goal shot, that was. They've had 8 shots so far against our 4, but only 2 of those have been on target. A foul on the penalty spot. Go on. Give it to them, why don't you? Give them the game, why don't you? Poyet. Come on. Can he save? Oh, he misses, and he saved it. Penalty saved. Oh. Or penalty miss, should I say. It hit the crossbar. That was epic. An epic save. The penalty really shouldn't have been given in the first place. Poyet should be calming down a little bit. Keeping calm. We'll make the changes on that. Keeping calm. We're in possession. We're winning. A 0-0 will give us another hack at them later on. That's all we need to worry about. All right, I'm going to passionately say if we get a goal, it'll make us favourites to win. That's a bit of a cliche, isn't it? If we make a goal, that'll make us favourites to win. And I think Svaro, as is on 6.6, he's had enough. He's coming off and getting swapped out. Poyet is just not playing very well. Bovarson doesn't seem to be playing well either. Let's bring Dicko on for his 45 minutes of this match. And I'm in favour of keeping my attacking midfielders as they are, because they're both doing about the same, which isn't a lot. But we're about to switch to attacking, so we'll give them a chance there. Any midfielders need a bit of time out. Prince is looking a little bit rough around the edges. Poyet is looking okay, but he's not getting a very good result, and he gave away that penalty. I'll save a substitute for in case we need it during the second half, and I'll come out of the tunnel for the second half in a very attacking frame of mind. We'll try and keep the possession going at the same time as well. I don't mess around with my tactics too much when we're in the game. I try and step back, and just, if it's not working, severely not working, there's something wrong, then we'll do it. But when there's not many highlights, when the highlights are us attacking rather than the highlights being them attacking, the system must be working. There may be a few tweaks to work things out. Some players may not just be ready on form. They might be just feeling a little bit worse for wear because they've been off for a little while. You've got to give them time, you've got to give them a chance. And this game isn't a game that we need to win. This game is a game we can draw. If we can hold on to a draw, then that is a good result for us, because they are 5th in the Premiership. They're playing well at the minute. They just didn't bring their A-team. And so we've got to beat their reserves, which I believe we can do if we can keep them off the easy goal like that. Well, there we go then. He made up for missing the penalty. It felt to me like he was offside. I wish he's offside. But now it's showing this highlight. And he's not going to have been offside there, but he's unmarked. Foolish defence. Foolish defensive mistake. Ah dear. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been many, many nil. At least it's only 1-0. I say that, and then they get another opportunity. I think this might just be the final whistle blow. They're not going to get another opportunity before the final whistle. Do not let them have another opportunity, boys. Tighten up. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Watch the man. Watch their man. Watch him. Yes. Full time. Okay, 1-0. That's unacceptable. My first loss of the season. Acceptable loss, though, because it was against Wolves. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to calmly say, don't look back and worry about the result. You were just unlucky out there. It gives them all a positive morale boost. They seem to be okay with that. It just means we're no longer in the cup, which is fine. Whatever. We're not in the cup anymore. Never mind. It does just mean that we've got our competitions now. We got knocked out, but the board confidence is fine because we reached the 3rd round. We got knocked out in the 3rd round, but at least we reached it. That's all we need to do. FA Cup, we've just got to get to the 3rd round. No, we've got to get to the 4th round. We've got to get to the 4th round, and that's all we need to do in the FA Cup. The league is where it's at. The league is where we're going to be. And that is it for today's episode, though. I will see you in the next episode, next Saturday Sports Spectacular, and I think we're going to be probably dealing with the first of the next month, maybe a Norwich or an Aston Villa, because both of those teams are pretty big teams, and that's only going to give me 2 games between now and next episode. Norwich and Aston Villa in the next episode of my Football Manager 17 playthrough. Thank you very, very much for watching. I will see you in the next very soon. Goodbye.